What's up, guys? Welcome to Chiefs Chat, episode 53. And as you guys can probably tell, I am not in my usual setup. I'm not in Kansas City, Missouri, in fact. Go ahead and flip the camera around for you guys. Beautiful scenery. But I am currently in Orlando, Florida. I'm on vacation. It's spring break. I'm just having a great time. I'm vibing out. I'm just balling. But you know what? I mean, you guys know me. I can't go a solid day without talking about this Chiefs football team. So I had to sit down here and make a Chiefs chat, okay? I just had to do it. Having a great time, just having some fun in the pool, riding some roller coasters. All I can really think about is sitting down here and making a Chiefs chat. So I'm doing it, okay? What are you gonna do? Stop me? You can't, okay? Currently, I'm in Florida, so have fun driving all the way down here or flying, whichever you choose, and trying to stop me from making this Chiefs chat. You can't. But anyway, let's get down to it, okay? The Chiefs just signed two very, very big players, I gotta talk about, okay? The first thing we're gonna talk about just happened today, in fact, okay? The Chiefs just signed Rams center Austin Blythe, okay? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That's probably wrong, but we're gonna go with Blythe at the moment, okay? Super pumped up about this signing, okay? I don't think he's necessarily as good as Kyle Long and also Joe Thuney. I don't think he's really at that level, but I think he's still a very, very solid player. He could definitely bring a different vibe to this offensive line. I think he's a very, very hard-working player. I think he knows his role. I think he plays it to perfection. I think he does a very, very good job. I mean, he's done a fantastic job with the Rams. That 2018 season, they were just unstoppable. And Austin Blythe was part of that squad that made that running game so good, made that offensive line so incredibly amazing. And you know what? I'm super happy we got this guy. I think he's fantastic. I think he's great, okay? Fills up that center spot. We lost Austin Riley. I think it was Ryder. It was Ryder, Austin Ryder? Yeah, Austin Ryder. Lost him. And you know what? Was it Austin Ryder? Is that his first name? You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? We lost our starting center. That's all I can really muster up at the moment. We lost our starting center. He's going to fill that role, and he's going to do it perfectly. Super happy about that signing. Okay, and you know what? I haven't really looked at the details of the deal. I think it's a $4 million deal, and you know what? That's fine. $4 million, that's nothing at this point. We're doing a great job of restructuring contracts and making room for these new players. It's just been, it's great. Fantastic offseason so far. And the second signing that we're going to talk about happened just a couple of days ago, okay? And I'm super pumped about this one. I mean, this one, I'm probably the most excited about this one out of all of the signings, okay? Jarran Reed. This guy is a beast, okay? Fantastic defensive tackle. I mean, he's done a very, very solid job with the Seahawks over the past few seasons, and he's just been solid. He's a very, very elite, solid kind of guy, and I will talk about, okay, what I think he's going to do with this defensive line. I think we are on the next level. I mean, I think we're great. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted right after this happened because I knew, our line, our defensive line, it's just been taken to the next level with this signing. We needed another guy to really make this defensive line solid, and we got him right here, okay? Fantastic guy. He's going to do a great job next to Chris Jones in the middle of the defensive line. He's going to do incredible. And you know what? You take a look at the stats, okay? He had his best year. He had about 10.5 sacks with Seattle in 2018, back when Frank Clark was still with that squad. I mean, and Frank Clark, he also had a career year, 13 sacks. I mean, this group, this duo, it's great. It's fantastic. I'm super excited to see what these guys can do. I think they are very, very great. They work together, fantastic. I'm super excited about this defensive line. I really am. I think we're going to have a very, very solid defensive line going into next season. We already had a very, very good one, but hopefully, Jarran Reed, hopefully he can do a good job at helping stop the run, really filling in the gaps, and I think he will. I think he'll do great. I'm super happy about that, man. Just super pumped up about this defensive line. Couldn't be more excited, and I think this Chiefs football team, man, just super, super happy about the way things are right now. I think going into next season, we are absolutely Super Bowl favorites, and you know what? Gosh, I'm so pumped up. But you know what? Aside from that, you guys know I'm excited about this football team. Changes are happening around the league, okay? As of today, the NFL just agreed to add another regular season game. That's crazy. 17 games instead of 16? That's insane. We're playing the Packers at home. I'm going to love that game. That's going to be very exciting. And I will make another video about this, but there's a lot going on in the Dome right now, when it comes to football. There is a lot going on. It's crazy. And you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I got more to talk about when it comes to that. But you know what? There's a lot going on. So we're going to skim right through that. I'll make another video about it. Don't worry. It's going to come. But you know what? That happened. I mean, just had to talk about it. And the other thing that happened around the league, Sammy Watkins, former Chiefs player, as you guys know, was signed by the Ravens. And, you know, tough to hear. Really tough to hear. Sammy Watkins was incredible. And I did talk about him when I was going over all the free agents, talking about whether or not we should bring this guy back, you know. And I did talk about Sammy Watkins. I advocated for us not bringing him back. A lot of money, you know, not a very healthy player, in my opinion. He still just makes a great impact when he's on the field. And I'm going to miss that about Sammy Watkins. I mean, I've got this guy's signature. I met him. I love Sammy Watkins. And I'm really, really happy that he's going to a place where he's definitely going to thrive. I mean, Sammy Watkins, he's got to be that #1 wide receiver with the Ravens. I mean, you got a Hollywood Brown. I think maybe he might be #1, but either way, I mean, he's going to be #1, #2. You know, the top target for Lamar Jackson. I don't know how many yards and touchdowns he's going to get because Lamar Jackson runs a lot, as you guys know. But Sammy Watkins, I'm super happy for him. But at the end of the day, it's still tough to hear. Sammy Watkins, I mean, he was a great player. I loved him on the Chiefs. He was fantastic, and we will miss you, Sammy. You know, see you later. You know, I'm sorry. You know, tough stuff to hear, but that's how it goes in the NFL. And also, Damian Williams, you know, happy to see that he got signed to the Bears. Definitely well-deserving of a spot there. The Bears definitely in need of another running back to help their group. So Damian Williams, I think he's going to get a lot of reps, and I'm super happy for him as well. I like a lot of these Chiefs players getting deals, and also, you know, the third player, Compassigno, who was a defensive tackle. He got signed to the Saints. You know, good to hear that. Obviously, you know, great stuff. I think he makes another player that really does make a solid impact. Maybe not a starter. You know, he starts quite a bit for the Chiefs, but you know what? He is a very, very solid backup player. I think that's the role that he'll play in the Saints line, especially when you got Cam Johnson, those kind of guys. But you know what? Still, I mean, super happy to hear that these former Chiefs players are getting signed to good deals and really getting opportunities to thrive with those teams. You know, I wish them the best. Love those players, but you know what? It is what it is, okay? So, and, you know, how do I feel about, you know, the Chiefs wide receiver group now? We did actually end up bringing back Tajay Sharp, I believe his name was. Brought him back. He was on the practice squad for the majority of last year. But no, he is back, and we do expect him to get a few more reps with the 53-man roster, you know, with the actual team. So we do expect him to go in there, get a few more reps in. We signed Demarcus Robinson. That's crucial right there. We needed him back. He was fantastic. And he's going to do a very, very solid job in helping us fill that void with Sammy Watkins. And, you know, we got Mecole Hardman. He's fantastic. You know, I love our wide receiver group. You know, whether or not we have Sammy Watkins, I think we still have a lot of weapons. I love Demarcus Robinson. I love Mecole Hardman, and I know they're going to do a good job of filling in that void, especially Mecole Hardman. I mean, that guy is getting better every year. He's doing fantastic. He's such a fast player, and I think he pairs well with Tyreek Hill. I mean, those guys just gun down the field every single play. And you know what? You know, one of them can gun down the field, one of them can stay on the slide and do some good stuff. Super excited about the opportunities that this offensive wide receiver group really has. I think there's a lot of potential there. So with that being said, that's really all I got to talk about. Had to sit down here and make the Chiefs chat. You guys know me. Had to do it. Sorry the audio is probably not great because I don't have a mic. Didn't bring any of my stuff, so boom. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next Chiefs chat. Signing out from Orlando. Peace.